In 1986, there were a number of preferences in the code for individuals. Those have been eliminated, but I think the move towards simplification is where Congress wants to go right now. It's where Chairman Brady on the Ways and Means Committee wants to go. He wants tax reform.
I think it's still an incredible uphill climb for tax reform in 2017. But there's always a reset that occurs with a new president. So there's an opportunity that we might not foresee yet to potentially move some of these elements. What's really been driving tax reform has been on the corporate side, the international side, dealing with inversions, the question of repatriation, whether that would be used for infrastructure spending, which has been a priority. So we'll have to see how it all comes together, but we can't fall to an illusion that this is going to be an easy task. I always like to note that when tax reform was done in '86, it was done with divided government. So I think the notion that everything has to be controlled by one party to do tax reform isn't necessarily the truth. There was an opportunity. We just have to see if there's a willingness to do it.
If you look at what's going on overseas, in particular with Apple Computer in the European Union, we have a severe base erosion problem in this country. And that could actually force international tax reform and actually be combined with an infrastructure package, because a lot of money is held overseas by U.S. foreign corporations that could be what's known as repatriated back into the United States, and a portion of that money could be used for infrastructure.
With tax reform changing the rates from a 35 to a 25 or even lower, the corresponding decrease in price will be commensurate with what the yield is today, what one could assume. So price and yield is the all-time equalizer of where we are, and price and yield work in opposite directions. So being a tax-advantaged product, it's all going to come down to if you've got a 35% tax rate today and a 5% yield, the equivalent of that yield is now a 575 at a 25% tax rate, meaning that your price per credit was going to drop somewhere around 10 to 12 cents on the dollar. That's a big issue because most deals are struggling to pencil out even at today's high pricing. So if you have a corporate tax rate that changes, this is going to be an impact to the industry that's going to be far greater than anything the Cantwell-Hatch bill is going to create for us.